Hey all, welcome to ShareTrek. This is Raj here. Friends, today I want to talk to you and prepare you for what to expect in 2023. I'm actually talking about food shortages. To know what items will run short and why, please continue to watch this video till the end. However, I would like to make an appeal. If you're interested in stories like this, which impact your day to day life, please press the subscribe and notify button right now and you'll not miss a single story. With that said, let's get started. Welcome back, friends. When the COVID pandemic had just started, I went ahead and bought 12 bags of rice and lentils, which are our staple diet as vegetarians. I also bought evaporated milk cans and lots of canned beans and chickpeas. I also stocked up on wheat as well as all purpose flour. The idea was that if things got worse, we can still cook and eat something nutritious. So it was more like a doomsday preparation. But I still went ahead and did that because I knew that if pandemic picked up and people were asked to stay at home, then the next thing we have is going to be supply chain issues and there will be a shortage. I not only stocked our food up, but I also stocked up canned food for both my pets. So I had bought around 4 months worth of canned food and kept it handy so that we don't have any shortage. So that's what I had done. We are still consuming from that purchase. I still have lots of bags of rice left. Each bag of rice is around 10 pounds. And we have wheat flour also left with us. We have the evaporated milk. Since then, I have seen the price of these same items in the grocery store, and the prices have almost doubled for most, except evaporated milk. I think it went up by around 45%. There's always a sale going on for three for one kind of deals, and that keeps the price a bit low. So this time around, I'm still reevaluating the situation in the light of the fact that the Russia-Ukraine war is still ongoing. I had thought that by this time it should have been resolved and things will get back to normal, maybe within a year or so. But it doesn't seem like so. Here are some items that will surely see price increase in North America and explain why. First, let us start with beef. The second item is going to be bread and bakery products. Third item is going to be sunflower oil. Fourth is going to be oranges. And fifth is going to be olive oil. So let's start off with beef. According to the Washington Times, a devastating drought in Texas, which is responsible for 14% of US beef supply, led to a lack of grass-fed for cows. And as they couldn't feed enough grass to cows, they had to look for alternate feeds. And alternate feeds also became too expensive to be cost-effective. All this resulted in early culls and slaughter of cows meant to be processed in 2023. So as ranchers catch up, consumers can expect a nationwide shortage of beef products of every kind. That is the expectation. Now, if you look at the other item that I spoke about, Russia accounts for 19% and Ukraine accounts to 10% of global wheat exports. These are surely not coming back this year or next because once the hostility ceases, the fields have to be cleared of war debris and munitions and other things have to be removed from the fields before farming can resume. That could take at least one season after hostilities end, assuming farmers are still around and are able to work. According to the European Commission, Ukraine accounts for 10% of the world wheat market, 15% of the corn market, and 13% of the barley market. With more than 50% of the world trade, it's also the main player on the sunflower market. So basically, Ukraine supplies around 60% of the world's sunflower oil requirement. And if you take Russia and Ukraine together, they jointly export 30% of world wheat and 60% of world sunflower oil and 20% of world corn. So here is a table which shows the major countries that imported Russian and Ukrainian commodities. When I say major countries, I'm not talking about these countries as being some rich country or anything. These are the most vulnerable countries which have been importing from Russia and Ukraine. And I have taken this chart from statista.com website. As you can see in this chart, Somalia, Benin, Laos, Egypt, Sudan, Democratic Republic of Congo, Senegal, and Tanzania, they were all importing from Ukraine and Russia. In fact, Benin was 100% dependent on Russia, whereas the other countries were partially dependent on Russia. Like Somalia had more wheat import from Ukraine, whereas Laos and Egypt had some, along with the Democratic Republic of Congo and Senegal, as you can see in the yellow lines on the bar chart. So these are the countries which have a low purchasing capacity. They are poorer countries, and they are going to have a very difficult time getting wheat. And they will have to come into the general market where other countries have been buying. And that's going to increase the cost and demand for wheat. So let us assume that we will have shortage of wheat, corn, and sunflower oil, because all these countries now need to find other sources, and this will create inflation in prices. And here is a futures price chart that shows the price rise using 14 February 2022 prices as index here. As you can see, inflation has already set in since February 14. Winter wheat price is up about 45%, spring wheat is up 16%, corn 12%, and soybeans 5%. And they are all represented here in different color lines. Friends, wheat is a super grain and can be processed to create a lot of primary products. Here is a list of primary wheat products, including semolina and cracked wheat. Semolina is made from the hard durum wheat variety and is used to make pasta, couscous, and some types of bread and desserts. Cracked wheat is also known as bulgur. It's made from whole wheat kernels that have been parboiled, dried, and then cracked into smaller pieces. It's used in dishes such as tabbouleh, kibbeh, and pilafs, and also a few Indian desserts. Wheat flour is one of the most versatile and widely used wheat products. It can be used to make a wide range of baked goods, including bread, pastries, cake, and more. Whole wheat is made from the entire wheat kernel, including the bran, germ, and the endosperm. It can be used in various dishes, including whole wheat bread, muffins, pancakes, and more. Wheat germ is the most nutritious part of the wheat kernel, and it's often added to smoothies, oatmeal, and other foods to boost their nutritional value. Wheat barn is the outer layer of the wheat kernel and is a good source of fiber. It's often used in baked goods such as muffins and bread to increase their fiber content. These are some of the primary wheat products that are used in food industry. You can appreciate the scope of price increases to expect. This is why bread and bakery products will become expensive. Then we have oil. Next we have sunflower oil. As I mentioned earlier, almost 60% of oil comes from Russia and Ukraine when it comes to sunflower oil. Either you stock up on sunflower oil or use alternative cooking oil. And it seems that people are using alternative cooking oil. And however, palm oil is the biggest import by most countries, and its price has shot up because people have started substituting sunflower oil with palm oil and other oils that are available. So all oil categories are going up, and especially palm oil, which was already one of the bigger import, even though it's not produced in Ukraine or Russia. Next item that's going to be dearer and expensive, but which we can't store up, is oranges. In 2022, Hurricane Ian and a tropical storm first destroyed the Florida orange crop. Soon after that, we had an epidemic of citrus greening, which is a disease of the citrus plant that makes oranges fall off the branch before they are ready, producing a bitter tasting fruit. While oranges are still hitting produce departments in American grocery stores, they are basically coming from California and Brazil, where weather has also led to production declines. The issues in Florida are the biggest cause of shortage of oranges. Between October 2022 to September 2023 season, it's expected that the Florida farmers are going to experience a 51% drop in orange harvest compared to their previous season. This means shortage of oranges as well as heavy price increases. And finally, I would like to talk to you about olive oil. So the story goes back to 2010 and a bacteria which is called Xylella, that is spelled as Xylella, Xylella. Xylella fastidiosa is the full name of the bacteria. It infected olive trees in Puglia region of Italy in 2010. And since then, it had been growing. And the Puglia region of Italy is where 12% of world's olive supply is produced. Olive oil supply is produced. Somehow the bacteria spread over the years and despite every measures that could have been taken. And by 2021, it had infected 33% of the area's 60 million olive trees, making the fruits unusable before completely killing the tree itself. This year, according to Bloomberg, worldwide olive oil production will drop by 11% as a result of this. And there has also, unfortunately, been a heat wave in Spain in 2020. That also caused a decline in olive oil production, because Spain is also a major producer of olive oil. So taken together, all of this is going to lead to a near-term shortage of olive oil. And when there's a shortage of olive oil, its price is likely to go up. So not only will you find it difficult to get olive oil, but when you get it, it's going to be very expensive. I have now stocked up on olive oil and sunflower oil already. And here is what I want to tell you about. Another aspect that exacerbates the price increase is behavior like the one that I just described, where I stocked up on things. As everyone scrambles to stock up, the demand grows many times the normal level. When the shortage gets more acute as a result, poorer countries suffer the most, as rich countries are still able to import available supplies. The Fed interest rate tools cannot address all these food inflation items, because the reason for inflation here is not abundance of money, but the lack of supply. Now, if we link this back to the tight job market and blockbuster employment report, you can imagine the amount of inflationary pressures that we'll have on these 5 items. Because when people go out to eat in a restaurant, the restaurant has to source all these items, so restaurants are going to increase their price. Fast food items also will increase the price. And of course, we have modified cornstarch in most of the beverages and other things, so they will also increase price. So it's going to be a tough time out there in 2023 and potentially into 2024. And I thought I'll share these things with you. This is what I have found, and my action was basically to stock up a little bit on olive oil and a little bit on sunflower oil, because we use them very often in our cooking on a daily basis. So once I have these things in place, at least I'll be able to take care of the shortages. And that was my thinking. I would like to understand from you guys if any of you have done something like this before, or am I the only one? And what are you doing right now? Do you anticipate any price increase in any other items of food that you consume? And what are you doing about it? So I would like to hear from you. Please put it in the comments below. And also, friends, I would like to hear from you if you like more of these kind of segments, because these are some things that I constantly read upon, and I would be very happy to share interesting videos like these ones with you, and I would like to make these kind of videos. So please let me know in the comments if you like this. This is going to be maybe once or twice a week I would have these kind of videos with interesting topics like this. So with that said, my friends, I'd like to bring this video to an end. I hope you had a great time watching this video, and I hope you like the new decor that I have behind me. I have got my lights all right. I have got everything organized, and I'm happy with this setup for at least the next 3 or 4 months. After that, I'll try to improve this further. So please let me know how you feel, and that will help me understand whether whatever I have done here is actually good or it's just my misconception. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.